So most Amazon sellers think a good listing just means having good images, good pricing, and spending lots of money on PPC, but that's why they're stuck. So in this video, using one of my clients' listings, I'm going to show you step by step exactly how we're going to revamp the whole copy to increase visibility and get more sales on Amazon. So the listing we're going to be using is this one from my client. It's pretty much a deodorant, drool eraser, stain remover sponge. Okay, so this is going to be very specific for who we're targeting and a specific niche. So I'm going to go over exactly how we're going to revamp the entire copy. And in terms of the copy, there's a bunch of stuff that I've laid out here for you to copy along and how we're going to revamp it. So we're going to go title, bullet points, 5 bullet points, backend terms, description, and all text copies. So follow along. Hopefully this helps you with your own listings, and let's get into it. Also, if you enjoy videos like this, please subscribe, like, and let me know exactly what problems you're struggling with on Amazon so I can further help you on those topics. Now, first thing I want you to be aware of is for each separate Amazon listing and category, there's going to be specific requirements. For example, this product here has a title limit of only 200 characters, bullet point 600 character limit, and the backend terms 500 characters. But this varies from category to category. So first of all, check on your backend, see exactly what your limit is for your products, set that up, create a sheet just like this. Maybe I'll link it in the description down below, and start working with that. Now let's go over exactly what we need to first optimize on this copy. So if you don't know, it's a combination of SEO, PPC, design, and catalog that will help you scale your brand on Amazon. Now, the first thing is we need to get visibility on a listing. How do we get visibility? That's through proper SEO and PPC for our listing, okay? And what is SEO? It's incorporating all these keywords super relevant for our product into our copy, so Amazon knows these keywords are relevant for our product, so they can build awareness for it. And how can we do that? By adding these keywords into our title, into our bullet points over here, our backend terms, which you can't see, and then also our A+ content. We can add crawlable text here, so this can actually be indexed. This text here, it can be indexed and it can help you with your visibility, so on and so forth. And the last thing is alt text. So this can also help us in some capacity by adding image keywords behind each of these, more keywords so we can index further. So that's the process of SEO. So let's get into exactly how we're going to do this for this listing and how you can copy along for yours. Okay, the first thing what we're going to do is figure out exactly how many keywords our product is indexing for on Amazon to see where our ranking is and what we need to focus on. So pretty much copy your ASIN and then go to Helium 10. If you don't have it, get Helium 10 and go to Cerebro. When you go to Cerebro, put your ASIN in here, get the keywords, and it's going to show you a whole thing. So I already ran a search, but let's have a look here. So what we're looking at here is the keyword distribution. So ideally, you want to see that you're indexed for a total keyword of about 800 plus, right? That shows a good example of we are very visible on Amazon's algorithm. We have a lot of keywords relevant for our product, and people can search and find our product by themselves without us having to blast money on PPC. So if you're below 800, the main thing is to focus on increasing our keyword indexing and ranking. So for this listing right here, it's at 273. So we know this is heavily underutilized and the indexing is not up to par. If you have a look at the organic and paid, heavily underutilized, we want to have a 2-to-1 ratio of every two organic keyword, we have one paid keyword. Right now, this is heavily under indexed and under SEO optimized. So I know this right off the bat. So the entire goal is to get this up to like 500 keywords, 800 keywords. And once we're at that level, then we focus on those keywords that are most relevant for our product so we can further boost it through PPC, so on and so forth. So that's the first thing you want to have a look at. Okay, the next thing, what we want to do is we want to figure out exactly what is the main keyword for our product. So if you don't know what the main keyword is, we have to figure out what the main keyword is. And there's a few ways we can do that. First off, what you can do is you can set your organic ranking to 1 to 300, search volume like 1000. We're trying to figure out the keywords with the highest search volume that are most relevant for us, and then apply the filter. And then it should give you the main keywords that are relevant for your product. Now, this is a very specific product. For example, it's stain remover sponges. Okay, so it's not a spray or anything like that. It's a sponge for a stain remover. So you got to figure out exactly what is the most relevant keyword for our product. And if I have a look here for this product specifically, there is no stain remover sponges keyword that is super relevant for our product. Like I can even set the criteria even up higher. Let's go to 400. And I'm pretty sure there won't be any keyword because this is a very niche product. So we're trying to figure out what's the next keyword that's the most relevant for our product. And I think that will be stain remover wipes. I think that's the most relevant keyword. Everything else here, shirt, deodorant, yeah. So because we have an organic rank of 175, so Amazon recognizes this is the proper keyword or category for our product. And there is good search volume. So this is the keyword I would focus on. Once we identify this keyword, we're going to type this into Amazon and figure out who are our main competitors for this keyword. So I'm going to go here. We're going to go Amazon. We're going to go here. We're going to just copy and paste. Stain remover wipes. So these are pretty much going to be most of our sort of competitors or people who are in our space. And we're trying to figure out all the keywords they're indexing for and ranking for to see if we can further implement that into our actual copy. So for example, I had to look at this specific product to see if there's any specific competitors. And the closest one I could find is this one, a stain sponge. but this one is for fine wood finishing. So this is not for clothing. So further insight into this product, it's for clothes, cleaning deodorant, stains, any sort of stain. That's what it's for. So this is very niche. So there's not any specific competitors that we have. So I'm trying to figure out what's the main category so that we're trying to have a look at. And it's pretty much stain remover wipes. So now once we're here, the goal is we're trying to figure out 9 of our main competitors. So we're going to copy and paste 9 of our competitors' ASINs that we find are the most relevant for our product. And we're going to copy and paste that into Helium 10. Okay, so I loaded here. What we're going to do is sort by parent level revenue. And just go one by one and hand pick the most relevant products compared to yours up to 9. Once we get those 9, you want to go and you want to copy and paste all those ASINs into here. And then we're going to hit get keywords and we're going to figure out and get our master keyword list. Okay, so I pretty much handpicked up to 9 of my main competitors. This is quite hard because we didn't have any direct competitors, so I picked sort of a lot of products in the same niche that had the same core value. But I got the main competitors. Now put it all in Helium 10 Cerebro, hit get keywords, and then it's going to load. We're going to run a new search because we're including all of these products here. Once the data loads, we're going to filter out. So I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do that. Okay, so it finally loaded. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down and set some criteria. So these are all the keywords it gave us. But it gave us 18,000 keywords. That's way too much. We're not trying to focus on 18,000 keywords. So we're only going to focus on a certain criteria. Let's set a search volume of minimum of 400. Let's just go 400. Let's see how much it shows. We're going to apply filter. And it dropped to 6,623. So we can pretty much, we dropped from 18,000 to 6,000. So we know exactly, these are the main keywords with actual search volume that are relevant for our actual product. Now let's go hit sort by search volume. Once that's done, we're going to hit export data and we're going to export as a CSV file. Once we have that, we're going to take it to a Google Sheet and then we're going to create a master keyword list and filter out what are the most relevant keywords for our product. Okay, so I just created a new Google Sheet. We're going to go here, hit file, hit import. We're going to hit import, upload. You can get the file up here. I have it right here. Drag it and it's going to load all the data here. Hit import data. And here we go. We have every keyword here specific to our product and our main competitors. Now we're going to filter this all out. So first thing what you want to do is hit this right here. And we're going to hit view. And we're going to hit freeze first row. Because we want all of these things showcasing while we can scroll in peace, getting rid of all these keywords. Now, there's a few stuff we're going to want to remove out the bat that's irrelevant and just like makes it so messy. So Cerebro IQ score, we don't need that. For some reason, keyword sales didn't pull up here. But usually you're going to have keyword sales here. Search volume trend, we don't need all of this stuff. Sponsored ASIN, competitive product, we can delete that, delete columns. CPR, title density, we can use. Amazon recommended, we don't need this. We don't need this. We're gonna hit that. We're gonna hit delete column. So position rank, we're gonna need. So if you don't know what this is, since we put our product in first, if we have a look here, this first ASIN is our ASIN over here. So it puts it as the first listing here. So we want to change this to actually our product. Okay. Now we have that. Relative rank, competitor rank. We don't need any of this stuff. Delete that. So this is what we have. We have the keyword phrase, keyword sales, search volume, CPR, title density, our product, and then we have all of our competitors' ASINs. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add in a filter. Okay. So right after title density, we're going to hit insert column right, and we're going to sort this. We're going to call this relevancy. So we're trying to figure out the most relevant keywords for our product based off of our competitors and our actual product listing itself. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to set a criteria. Hit equal, count if I can spell, count if. Okay. So this is the criteria we're going to set. Once you're here, pretty much we're going to copy all of these ASINs here, including our product here. We're going to copy all of these up to here. Cool. Now go back here. We're going to hit comma, space, and then we're going to set a criteria. So the criteria, what we're setting is we're trying to find keywords that our product and our competitors are ranked in the top 30 organic spots for. I say top 30 because that is usually the first page on Amazon. If you consider a lot of sponsored product ads and so on and so forth. So the top 30 organic results are usually the first page. And obviously for these keywords, we want our product on the first page because that's where all of the sales are going to happen. So we're trying to filter out, see all of our competitors, what keywords they're all ranked for in the top half page of Amazon. So that's what we're trying to do. So once you're here, we're going to hit the comma. We're going to hit bigger than 30. Okay. And then we're going to hit comma again. We're going to hit close. So it should look something just like that. You can copy and do that yourself and hit enter. Once you hit enter, it's going to say autofill, hit autofill. Now we have all relevancy scores for all of these products here. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna filter this all out. Okay, so we're here. What we're gonna do is sort by relevancy. We're gonna sort sheet Z to A. Now, what has it done here? It's sorted it by the most relevant keywords for our product. So pretty much, this has a relevancy of 8. What does this mean? Up to 8 of these ASINs here are ranked in the top 30 organic spots for it. Like you can see, this guy's ranked number 17, 4, 9, 19, 1, 7, 10. So that's what the whole point of this. So we sorted by the most relevant keywords. Now, once you're here, we want to color code the most important relevant keywords based off our competitors. So we can go up to let's go up to 5. Let's give this its own color. We'll give this a color of light blue. Then we can go down to all the 4s and 3s. So we can give it our own color because we're trying to figure out the most relevant keywords for our product. So we sort that by that. We'll give this its own color because these are the keywords we're gonna actually focus on. 2 and below, we don't want to focus on any of these keywords because only 2 of our main competitors are ranked in the top 30 for it. So that means it's not super relevant. So these are our most relevant keywords from our master keyword list. So what we're gonna do with this, we're gonna start obviously including a bunch of these keywords into our actual copy, which we're gonna filter out. And the most relevant ones, we're gonna start running more PPC campaigns on. Now, what I want you to do next is we're gonna hit plus here and we're gonna create a new sheet here. And we're gonna extract pretty much the most relevant keywords. Most relevant keywords. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna copy and paste the most relevant keywords here onto here because these are the keywords we're gonna focus on into our copy itself, you know, in the title, bullet points, so on and so forth, and maybe even in further PPC campaigns. Next thing, what we're gonna do, go to search volume, hit here, short sheet Z to A. Now we're gonna figure out the keyword that is most relevant for our product with the highest search volume. So we already color coded it. So these ones here are pretty much irrelevant because we have no relevancy on these keywords, but obviously they have the highest search volume. But we're not focusing on these. We want to focus on the keywords that have some sort of relevancy, but you want to handpick exactly which ones are the most relevant based off your product. This one, for example, had a relevancy of 3, but this is a brand name. We don't want to focus on that. So we're trying to figure out what is the most important keyword. Tide pen. Obviously, that's another brand name. We're not focusing on that. Another one. We're not focusing on that. Shout stain remover. Okay. This has a relevancy of 4. So we want to see if, first of all, if this is a brand name or not. So pretty much we're going to copy this, but we want to extract it here to see and like test it out after to see if this is a keyword that's more like relevant for our actual product. What you also want to do is you want to copy and paste the actual headers. So we can just filter out and do the data here also, like that. And we're going to extract all of these keywords. So I'm going to go down a bit more. Tide to go pen. This is another brand name. We don't want to focus on that. But maybe for campaigns, can we start running campaigns on this keyword? You have to test stuff out. Campanelli stain remover spray. So that's another brand name. We're not trying to focus on that. So pretty much go through. I don't want to take too much time. Go through, find the keywords most relevant for your product based off of search volume, and then add it to your most relevant keywords list. Okay, so what have I done here? Pretty much I've gone through all the keywords here and I sorted by relevancy, and I went one by one to handpick exactly which keywords are most relevant for our product. And then I copy and pasted it to this next sheet because these are the keywords we're going to focus on. So for example, this product that I'm doing right now, it's a stain remover for sponges. It's a sponge stain remover. And obviously I'm trying to figure out the keywords that are most relevant for this product that I can include in the copy. Stain treater, spot remover for clothes, stain remover wipes. This is a keyword. Can I really add it? But it's super relevant for our product, so we're going to test it out after. Travel stain remover. All these keywords to identify that we're going to add into our copy. And the ones that are still relevant for our product, but don't make sense on the front end, like stain remover pen. Like our product's not a pen, obviously. Bleach pen for clothing, it's not our pen. But these are keywords we can focus on into our backend and also for PPC campaigns. So first of all, figure out all the keywords, add it to your most relevant keyword list, and then what we're going to do next is add it to our copy. So I've handpicked the majority of keywords I want to focus on into our copy so we can increase our ranking and indexing. So what I'm doing next is I'm going to go back to Helium 10 and we're going to use another tool. We're going to go to Helium 10's listing builder, okay? We're going to hit listing builder. Once we're here, we're going to hit add a listing. We're going to hit create from scratch, enter in your ASIN here. We're going to enter an ASIN. Oh, that was the wrong thing. So let's hit copy and add in our ASIN here. Cool. Start building. So pretty much this is Helium 10's AI creator. We're going to add in all the keywords and it's going to incorporate all these keywords directly into our current listing copy based off of the description, benefits, so on and so forth, and give us new versions of it fully SEO optimized. Okay, so once you're here, hit manually enter keywords and we're going to go back to our master keyword list and we're going to take out all of these keywords that we just identified as the most relevant for our product and we're going to copy and paste it. So here, hit manually enter and hit add to bank. And then it's going to show all the keywords here with the search volume, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of search volume here. Now we're going to you hit next once you're done here. Now we're gonna build the listing with AI. So we're gonna give it everything, all the details about our product. It's gonna give us a product title, and then it's gonna give us 5 bullet points, a description, generic keywords, so on and so forth. So the easiest way I figured out how to do this is, first of all, give it your product characteristics. So it's gonna say enter product characteristics, add your keywords, and automatically generate copy. So what I like to do is just go to your existing copy, honestly, and then just copy and paste your about this item here, about your current bullet points and description. So it has a general idea of exactly what your product is. And we're gonna just hit enter and then give all that stuff. Brand name, you should really not focus much on that. If you want to add it, you can add in later. But unless you're an established brand on Amazon, people won't care. People won't care. They just want to know what your product is off the bat, and you want to optimize your listing. Once that's done, we add all the keywords, the description of our product characteristics. Now we're gonna hit write for me, and it's gonna craft all this stuff for us. So here we go. Pretty much, I hit rewrite for me. It gave me a whole new optimized version. Skid out, stain treater. You see the keywords are highlighted that we added from master keyword list, and spot remover for clothes, erase deodorant, makeup, toothpaste stains, stain remover, wipes for clothes, pet hair remover, swab brush for cleaning. So pretty much, obviously, go over it one more time because the AI can mess up, but it's a pretty good starting point. What you can do next is just remove certain stuff that is not super relevant for your product, like maybe pet hair remover. Are you really a pet hair remover? Swab brush for cleaning. Go over it. But it's pretty good. These are the most relevant keywords for our product that we want to add now. Same thing for your bullet points. Hit write for me. It's going to give you new bullet points based off of your current ones. So we'll have a look here. Because we already gave all the data. We gave the keywords, we gave our product benefits, and it's going to just reincorporate all that into our actual listing copy. So here is the new one it gave us. See the keywords it focused on here. Next one here, the keywords it focused on. And your entire bank is going to be here. So it's pretty much taking all the data from all of these keywords and rewriting all of this. Now we have a fully optimized title and bullet points. And it also can give you a quick description. So if you want, you can literally just copy and paste what we just added from our actual product itself and write that for me. And it should give us a whole new one also. Also, if you're interested in a free audit, link in bio, you can put your ASIN in here, your email, phone number, and my team can create a whole audit for your brand or your listing and analyze exactly what's wrong with your listing copy right now. Either your main image, your PPC, so on and so forth. Exactly what I'm showing you here today. So if you're interested in that, link in bio. But let's get back into this master keyword list. Okay, so once we have our title and bullet points, literally just copy and paste it and add it to the sheet that we just had before. So we're gonna copy that. So we know our limit, character limit here. So make sure that we are within this limit. Just a copy there. And then obviously for the bullet points, same thing, copy and paste the bullet points there. So it also gave us a product description. So it really depends if you have A+ content or you don't. If you don't, then obviously your product description is very important. We want to optimize it fully with everything that's super important for our product, all the keywords you want to focus on. If you have A+ content, this does not matter as much, but you still want to optimize it for visibility. So I have a new description here. I'm going to copy and paste it into my actual copy now. Okay, now for the back end terms, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our master keyword list and go to all the keywords I'm showing you here again. So all the keywords on the list. Sorted by relevancy. Make sure you sort by relevancy. We only want the most relevant keywords, highest to lowest. We're literally just going to copy and paste like the first 100 keywords here, okay? And we're going to test it out. So let's copy and paste all these keywords. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to Helium 10. We're going to use a third tool. We're going to use Frankenstein. So this is the tool we use for backend terms. Go into it, and we're literally just going to spit out all these keywords here. Now, we have all of these keywords here, pretty much 422 words, and we're going to filter out which ones should we add into our actual backend. Now, do not change anything here. We want to remove duplicates. We add only spaces and convert to lower cases. Once that's fine, hit process. Now we have all of these terms here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go one by one and remove some stuff out of it. So what do we not want here? We don't want any brand terms, okay? That's the biggest thing. No brand terms, no patented terms, okay? So that's the first thing, but we're going to get out right away. Now, we can go through here and actually do it one by one, but this is like a little bit messy. If you really want to be super specific, you can just go here and actually delete the keywords that you know are brand terms. Like, so for example, I know tie to go wipes. That is a brand term. So pretty much delete that. Obviously, this is more time consuming, but this is the best bang for your buck. You want to go over exactly all these keywords and remove any brand terms. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, just to give you some quick insight why I'm removing the keywords one by one here instead of just going here and deleting terms that are like not relevant for our product. The thing is, once we're done here, we're going to use all these terms into our alt text. So I'm going to go over what that is. We're pretty much going to add all these terms behind our A+ content, images, and modules so we can further index. So that's the point of why it's best for you to individually go one by one and remove all the most relevant keywords for your product. Okay, so I pretty much removed all the most irrelevant keywords. So many brand terms I removed. Once that's done, go back here, hit process. Now let's have a look at it again. So pretty much I know these are the most relevant keywords. I removed any brand terms, so on and so forth. You see the character count, 277. So I know for this specific product, we have 500 character limit. So I'm gonna go back into this actual sheet here, and I'm gonna see if I can get even more keywords. I'm gonna copy and paste a bunch of these more, and I'm gonna do the same process. I wanna get as close to 500 as I can. So I'm gonna go back here, literally go back down here. We're gonna go to the last one here, and we're gonna hit again. Now I'm gonna go one by one over all these terms, get rid of the most relevant ones, brand terms, and do it again. See if we get close to the 500 limit. Oh, pretty much done here. I got close to 460. These are the most relevant keywords for our product. Obviously, pick and choose, depends on what your product is. Remove brand terms, so on and so forth. Here are my backend terms. So pretty much the listing is pretty much almost fully optimized. We have the backend terms, the bullets, title, description, so on and so forth. Now the last thing, what I want to do is the alt text. So if you don't know what alt text is, it's pretty much behind your A+ content. There's areas for us to include a lot of keywords relevant for our product. You see there's keywords here. We want to include a lot more keywords so we can further index and increase our visibility on Amazon. So what we're going to do here, but pretty much what I like to do is I like to use a tool called Claude AI, and there's a prompt I give it. So I'm in Claude. Pretty much this is the prompt I'm giving it. Create 20 random sets of 100 character combinations using the below phrases. Keep the phrase for each line intact. Do not add any commas. So I use this specific phrase because I want every keyword that we add into it to stay the exact same. I don't want it to change anything else. And I want to be one by one with no commas, nothing, so we can maximize all the phrases. So pretty much gave it this prompt, and I'm gonna go back here. Now we pretty much already have all the most relevant keywords from a product that we handpicked, that we know are super relevant. I'm gonna copy those and I'm gonna give it all of these keywords. So go here, we have all the keywords here, create 20 sets, hit enter, and it's gonna give us a bunch of sets. Enter, and it's gonna give us 20 separate sets. Now we're gonna add each individual set into separate A+ content modules of our listing. So it gives us all these terms here that we're gonna handpick, copy and paste it into our backend because we wanna maximize our visibility. So we have all these terms, we have all these different copies. Go back here, you should have one here for all text copies, and we're gonna literally just copy and paste it here. And yeah, okay, well, we obviously don't want it to be that big. So go back here. Honestly, let's make this all the same. We're gonna make this all the same. Let's go to 18. There we go. So we have all of these separate terms here. Now the listing is pretty much fully optimized. Last thing I quickly want to go over. If you have text inside your A+ content, this can help you index. This is what we like call crawlable text. This stuff actually indexes. So we want to include as many keywords, especially if you're in this stage. So easiest way, what I'm doing for this product, I'm gonna literally just copy and paste the current one, what we got right now. I'm gonna copy that. So this is our description. I'm gonna go into Claude again, and I'm gonna give it this prompt. Here is the description of my product. I have given you keywords below to naturally incorporate into it. So here is the description, paste that, and here are the keywords. So the keywords, obviously, we're gonna go back into the master keyword list. Let's go back into here. Go to most relevant keywords. Just copy and paste these keywords again, and we're gonna put it back in here. Now it's gonna give us an SEO optimized version of this. So it messed up a little bit there. So you're might have to do it one by one because we don't want it to be like that. So the easiest way, I think you can go back here, go into here, copy it here. So we have all, oh no, see that messed up. So delete all this, do that. Now we have all those keywords again. Now for some reason it works like this. Copy all these keywords. Now we're gonna go back here and we're gonna delete this. I don't want that, and do that. So I think for this, I don't want to include this keyword here. Now it should be good. Hit enter, and then it's gonna give us a whole optimized crawlable text. Now we can incorporate this also into our listing. So go back here. See all this? It gives you a whole new one that you can implement. So this is the new crawlable text. If you have images, put these below images, above an image, incorporate it in various ways. So that's what we want to do here. That is pretty much how you fully revamp and optimize an Amazon listing to increase visibility and sales. I did a lifetime with you. A new title, new bullet points. Like this listing here for our client needed a whole revamp, and we did a whole revamp. We pretty much got all the keywords in the master keyword list, got a new title, we got 5 bullet points, new backend terms, a description, all text copies, and then we also gave it crawlable text here, which we can implement. So I'm gonna implement this into our actual copy right now. Next thing, what you always want to do is, with all the keywords we got from the master keyword list, you want to make sure you're tracking all the keywords to make sure we're indexing for it. So these are all the keywords, again, we're trying to focus on. You can go to tools here and another Helium 10 list, go to my list of keywords. And you want to add in your product ASIN, obviously. You can create a folder, add your product in. So if you want to go product, you can add your actual product ASIN in right here. And my list training. So actually I have a listing right here. But pretty much you're going to add your listing in here. You're gonna add in the keywords, and then it's gonna start tracking. And then at the end of every month, you want to see whether you got indexed for these keywords. You're seeing an increase in your ranking. So then you can go back and you want to re-optimize, add in new keywords from the list I'm showing you here. New keywords, maybe you can add in different spots, so on and so forth. But that is pretty much everything I got for you in this video. I know it's long, but this is super in-depth. This is what you need to really revamp your listing and get more visibility on your product so you can get more sales and increase those rankings. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment. If you want a free audit, down below in the description, you can hit that for that. And take care. Peace out.